Towing, we provide certified AAA battery service in the Princeton and Kentucky Lakes region. Whether you're at home, shopping, or out running errands, we can help. The technician has batteries on hand at the time of testing provided by AAA East Central. So if you need a jump start or a new battery with the best warranty at a great price, give us a call. The technician is trained and certified by AAA East Central. Call Riddle's 24-Hour Towing at 270-350-6368.
We've been talking for months now on WKDZ, WHVO, and WPKY about the importance of shopping at home with our locally owned and operated businesses. And they are telling us that you are making a difference. I'm Beth Mann, President and CEO of the Edge Media Group. I just want to thank you for the extra effort you're making to support our local businesses. When shopping locally, you create jobs, fund more local services, and impact our local economy. And that's a win-win for everyone. Shop local.
Time to head live to the gym for a preview of tonight's action with the WPKY Sports Crew on 1580 103.3 WPKY. The WPKY Caldwell County pregame show is on the air. 1580 103.3 WPKY.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Cab. Yes, we said the Cab. First time in a couple of weeks. We got to come back home. And the Lady Tigers are at home tonight taking on the Lady Panthers of Dawson Springs. John Miller, Bob Hayes, Dennis Stevens along with you tonight. And Bob, we had to knock the dust off the chairs, but good to be back home tonight for this big district matchup.
Not only did we have to knock the dust off, we had to find them. So it is good to be home. I feel like I've been on a road trip for about a month.
Yeah, we've got a few more left, but we got a big homestand coming up at the end of the season. That's going to be a lot of good basketball. We're down roughly 15 broadcasts left, 15 broadcast games left on the schedule this year, but this one is a big one tonight. We're going to start breaking it down on the Athletic Center pregame show in just a minute. Take a look at the players on both squads and talk about the importance of tonight's game. All of that coming your way in just a few minutes on the Athletic Center pregame show here on 1580 103.3 WPKY.
First. They get repairs done in a timely manner and at an affordable rate. B&B Automotive has 2 locations in Madisonville and their newest location right here in Princeton at 495 Marion Road in the old Heaton's building. B&B Automotive. We treat your vehicle like it's our own.
Caldwell County sports coverage is brought to you in part by Health First Community Health Center, Hancock's Neighborhood Market, Josh Cook, Modern Woodman, K.E.'s Kitchen, Kentucky Homes Realty, Fraternal Financial, Penny Route District Health Department, Raider Auction Company, The Joshua Tree, and by Penny Ryle Home Medical. Caldwell County Sports on 1580 103.3 WPKY, worldwide at WPKYonline.com and on your free WPKY app.
This is Carol at the Woodall Agency. I'm asking you for the opportunity to give you a quote for your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, or mobile home. With competitive rates and several companies to choose from, you'll be getting the insurance that is right for you. Premiums keep getting higher. Give me a call today at 365-5541 or 601-5001 at our Lyon County office. We would love to have you as part of our Woodall Agency family.
Have you applied for Social Security disability benefits and been denied? Attorney Matt Schock in Princeton, Kentucky is ready to take on the Social Security Administration for you. Call him at 270-365-MATT. That's 270-365-MATT. With years of experience, he'll fight for your rights. He only gets paid if you get paid. Attorney Matt Schock is currently taking new Social Security cases. So call him now at 270-365-MATT. That's 270-365-MATT.
This is an advertisement.
We've all heard the phrase, service above self, or servant's heart. There are some that actually live by this. We call these folks hometown heroes. Nominate your hometown hero by going to WPKYonline.com and clicking on Hometown Hero. They just may be recognized as the Hometown Hero of the Month.
And we are back at the cab as we get underway here with the Athletic Center pregame show. The Athletic Center is your one-stop shop for all of your sports needs. Whatever the sport, the Athletic Center has you covered from head to toe. They carry a great selection of shoes for sports, school, work, and leisure, and they are the place to go if you need something customized, screen-printed, embroidery. They do it all at the Athletic Center in Princeton. Just under 12 minutes before we tip this one off between the Lady Tigers and the Lady Panthers. And Bob, a big district game here tonight. A win for the Lady Tigers guarantees no worse than a third seed in the district tournament. And that's all important because if whoever ends up in that fourth seed spot has to open up against Madisonville.
And that's not something that you look forward to playing Madisonville's girls. So
No.
It is a key game tonight. Certainly, and so we can take care of business tonight and get that over with, get it out of the way. And we were really encouraged last night, Dennis, in the third quarter down in Marshall County about how these young ladies played. And after being out to a 12-0 deficit to start the game, we came roaring back in the third quarter last night, actually to take the lead on a couple of occasions.
Right.
And but just couldn't hang on. And Marshall County's experience down low and their ability to score from down low really turned that game around really quickly. But got to hand it to the Lady Tigers. That was a good 4-minute stretch of excellent basketball.
And they had everybody in orange stunned last night in that third quarter as they pulled out that 2-point lead after being down by 10 at halftime. So Coach Mitchell, he's really excited about this team, even though he's got a lot of injury going on right now, some that will last through the remainder of the season. But I think he really likes the players he puts on the court, and he's not shy about going young. Last night we had 2 or 3 seventh graders on the floor at the same time, eighth grader on the floor, so a youth movement. Those kids are getting a lot of playing time. Probably be good to go ahead and do our injury report early so that those that are joining us maybe for the first time in a while understand what the Lady Tigers face as they take the court tonight.
Okay, well, Dennis, we'll do that. Injury reports brought to you by Caldwell Medical Center. Better quality health care right here at home. Caldwell Medical Center wishes the Tigers and Lady Tigers a safe, successful, and healthy season. And obviously the big news is that, as we've been reporting for the last couple games, is that Jada Boyd is out for the remainder of the season with a fractured tibia. We don't know about AJ's status of how she was injured in that Lyon County All-8 Second Region Championship game, so we're not really sure. I see her not on the floor tonight. So
still on the crutches when she came in.
And the other lady that was injured earlier is JC Jaggers, and JC's been fighting through some pain and playing the last three games and playing well. And then Paris Gray was in a walking boot again the other night, last night in Marshall County.
Tonight, yeah.
So she's obviously not going to play tonight. So the injuries to offset those girls, as you mentioned earlier, we have brought up 2 young ladies. Morgan Akins will be wearing number 3 tonight, and number 13, Briley Butts, will also be on the bench tonight. She's wearing 13. And also to add to that injury report last night, one of our broadcasters, instead of falling down the stairs at Marshall County, fell up the stairs.
Yeah, I got to do everything the hard way. So injuries are feeling much better today. I think I'm going to recover and go ahead and take myself off the injury list. But last night was kind of touch and go as I was going up those steps at Marshall County.
But I'm glad we got the injury report and got the clearance at 5 o'clock so we wouldn't have to go out and recruit somebody to help out here tonight.
You could wheel me in a wheelchair on a stretcher, and I'm going to try to do a game for WPKY this season. This is something that you and I both love to do, and we have a lot of fun with it. So, but yes, I did fall up the bleachers after a strong effort not to fall. I'll have to pat myself on the back. I still went down in a heap with all the broadcast equipment.
When you told me that, after I got up there last night, I was down at the scores table making sure we had the right numbers on the people, and when I kind of got up there, you were telling me about that, and I looked down, I said, well, I'm glad it was falling up the stairs, not down, because we were at the very top of Marshall County's gymnasium last night, and the fella could have hurt himself rolling down those stairs.
Yeah, it would have been a long way down. I'm glad I was going up, but a fantastic place to play basketball. Seats better than 6,000. We just had a great time last night.
It was an atmosphere that you can't match anywhere here in Western Kentucky. It is a mini Rupp arena in my book.
Right. And we had good turnout for Caldwell County. We didn't get the wins that we would really like to have had, but that's a tough place to win a ball game at. I thought our guys did a good job in that second game going up against the number 4 point guard in the nation. Zion Harmon had 30 points last night, but really most of that from the inside. I think he had 4 threes in the game. Everything else basically layups.
Exactly, and Marshall always has those 6'3", 6'4" guys inside, and that's really what hurt us in that game when we only lose the game by 17 points, and one of our key players is injured, and I'm not sure yet the status of Cole Smiley. But back to the Lady Tigers here. We're anxious to see this game get started, to see if we can dial back that type of play we had last night in the third quarter, and if we can do that and have flashes of that through the rest of the season, we're going to be okay.
Bob, one player we've got to keep an eye on tonight, we're going to talk about a couple of Lady Tigers, and they've seen Dawson before. They beat them earlier in the season. They've got a freshman that puts in 22 points a ball game, so we know who we have to guard. But for Caldwell County, a lot is on the shoulders of Maja Hollowell. She's taken over that point guard spot for Jada, and she's being told by her coach to drive the lane. Said you're bigger than Jada, go ahead and muscle it in there. Jada had the mentality that she's going to be on the attack mode, and she's going to score, and she's going to go down the lane, and she's going to do everything she can. We've got to get that a little bit more in Maja Hollowell and get her looking with that same mentality to go in and score or maybe get to the free throw line. Jada was great about that, going to the line probably 8, 10, 12 times a ball game at least. So a lot on the shoulders of Maja, and she's responded. Her scoring average up to 8 points a game and climbing.
Well, and then everybody in this little run we had last night in the third quarter played well. Maja pumped in 11 points in that third quarter and was really huge as far as the scoring went to erase that 10-point halftime deficit and allow us to take either a 1 or 2 point lead. I didn't write it down at the time.
We were up 2 at one time on a big 3.
And so Maja, and Maja, when she gets fouled and gets to the free throw line, it is certainly a good free throw shooter. So we don't mind that happening. And she is bigger and stronger out front, and you really have to abuse her, if you will, to get the ball away from her. So when something goes wrong on your team, you reload, and I think Maja is in the right position.
The other players we will normally talk about in the course of the ball game at this point of the season are players that are getting better. You got to tip your hat to J.C. Jaggers, coming back, still playing with a partially torn ACL, averaging 13 points a ball game, taking her shots, filling in at the point when Maja has to come out for a breather. So great job by J.C., and great to have her back to make this run towards the end of the season.
Absolutely. J.C. was two ladies in double figures last night, Maja and J.C., and I know Coach Mitchell is really concerned about the minutes that she's getting, and will take her out of the game and not risk anything. And I don't think J.C. played the last 5 minutes of the game, maybe 6 minutes.
Yeah, it was out of hand pretty much.
Yes,
the
exactly.
last 5 or 6 minutes.
Care, caution, and concern rules in those instances.
A couple of more players, of course, Bella McConnell. What can you say about that kid that we haven't already said? She steps on that court off the bench, you're going to get all the effort she has to give in a ball game. It doesn't matter if you're down 30 or if you're up 25.
And against a team like with a medium, maybe a 6-foot center, she really eats them up. Marshall, again, more people in that school, more ladies with height, and she had 8 or 9 points last night. And so she brings it every night, Dennis. You're right. She is a warrior out there.
And the last player we really like the progress of that we'll talk about before we take another break, Carson Parker. That kid is starting to rebound really well. But last night we noticed she was getting position, getting a foot in the lane, a foot on the block, and receiving that ball well. She turned around last night and saw a 6'2", 6'3" Hallie Lange and could not get a shot up. She does that tonight. She'll be able to get several shots up and maybe get to the free throw line.
And when she did that last night, 3, 4, 5 times out, not quite to the free throw line, but in that area, if I just keep waiting for her to put the ball down and drive and see what happens in that case. She was certainly coming out, receiving the ball nicely. Obviously, 6'2", Lange had a lot to do with her not wanting to drive to the basket, but we'll see how that looks like. She's been worked with in practice. Certainly, we had never seen that in her game before last night. All we had seen was ferocious rebounding.
Yeah, and she's been doing a great job at that lately. Just about 2 minutes before we tip this one off, we're going to take a minute, and when we come back, we'll have starting lineups and the opening tip. All of that coming your way on the Athletic Center pregame show on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
YourSportsEdge.com. We promised a new day in local sports coverage, and we delivered. But don't take our word for it.
The ability for local sports athletes to be covered and for information to be sent out to our local community, and I just think it's an absolute awesome tool.
It means Tree County High School. It means our students and most importantly our athletes in the high school competition.
YourSportsEdge.com.
Aren't you tired of missing out on what's being said? Hearing loss takes away so much of your life, you just don't realize what you're missing. Wouldn't it be nice to finally hear conversations at your family gatherings, especially those sweet voices of your grandchildren? Why not do something about it today? Call Audubell Hearing Center in Princeton at 270-554-1900. I'm owner Donnie Baker, helping you hear well at Audubell.
And welcome back to the CAB building. Just before tip-off time, we're going to pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is WPKY-FM, Princeton, Kentucky. And right now, the national anthem being played.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to basketball action. Tonight, featuring the Lady Dawson Springs Panthers and your Caldwell County ladies. At this time, if you would please stand as we have the playing for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave.
And the national anthem to wrap us up on the Athletic Center pregame showtime now for starting lineups, and for that I'll turn it over to Bob Hayes.
Thank you, Dennis. Coming in first for Dawson Springs is Abby Ward, number 35. And Brooklyn Clark is the second, number 23, Lady Panther. Number 30, Dedisha Randolph, the third, Lady Panther. The fourth Lady Panther is Jalen Hooper. And number 10, Briley Sperlin, rounds out the starting five for the Lady Panthers of Dawson Springs. For the Lady Tigers,
At guard, number 12, Lucy Goffin.
number 12, Lucy Goffinet, the first Lady Tiger out.
At guard, Maja Hollowell.
Maja Hollowell is the second Lady Tiger out.
Bella McConnell.
Bella McConnell, the third Lady Tiger.
Number 31, J.C. Jaggers.
Number 31, J.C. Jaggers getting the start.
Number 33, Carson
Number
Parker.
33, Carson Parker, the fifth Lady Tiger to be introduced. That's your starting lineup. And remind you the first quarter of this game is being brought to you by Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, located next to the bowling alley in Princeton. Beautiful furniture, baby furniture, gifts and registry, home decor, boutique clothes and accessories. Stop in and meet Jake, the store mascot. Cozy Living, everything a home should be. Officials getting their places on the court. Lady Tigers still in a little huddle with Coach Mitchell, and now they break and around the jump circle. Referees are still fooling with their whistles, trying to put them on. And here we're about ready to have the opening tip-off. And for the call of the game, my friend Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Tip-off tonight brought to you by Travis Construction and Concrete. Referees in the jump circle, ball up, controlled by Caldwell County. J.C. Jaggers gets it, bring it across the line. On the wing to Goffinet into the corner. Goffinet looks it over, goes inside to Parker. Parker had that good position, gets it back out to Goffinet. Goffinet's going to take it around and give it to Hollowell. Hollowell had McConnell flash the top of the key. She'll go back, set the pick for Jaggers. Jaggers open at the left elbow, pulls her dribble up, goes underneath, deflected, comes into the hands of Hollowell, up and in. Looking for Parker, pass was high, but Hollowell right in the right spot, puts it in for Caldwell County, and 2-0 out of the gate for the Lady Tigers.
And her alertness really helped out on that play. If she's not alert, she doesn't get that ball.
Caldwell County in man-to-man defense. You've got to look out for number 23. She doesn't wear Jordan's number by mistake. Kids averaging 22 points a ball game. That's Brooklyn Clark. She'll try a long three from the wing off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound number 1 of the night for Carson Parker. Caldwell hustles it across. Man-to-man defense by Dawson Springs. Bella McConnell has it just outside the three-point line. Underneath it goes to Goffinet, into the corner to Jaggers. Drives the baseline. One-handed shot up, no good. Parker with the rebound, goes up, no good. But she'll get a couple of Goodwin Insurance free throws to start the ball game. That's the rebounding position we're getting used to out of Carson. It doesn't matter if it's Marshall County or Dawson Springs or anywhere in between.
She's
free throw off just a little bit. Goodwin Insurance is your locally owned independent insurance agency capable of handling all of your insurance needs. Contact Goodwin Insurance for a free quote. Second free throw up, no good. Rebound comes down to number 10, Sperlin. Sperlin gets it up to Clark. Clark drives baseline, shot up well short. Rebound Jaggers. Jaggers has some backcourt pressure from Clark. Brings it across herself. Jaggers to Hollowell. Hollowell sees an opening down the lane, goes up, little runner in the lane, good.
And that's what Maja is capable of, Dennis, what you mentioned at the pregame, down the lane and a little runner.
That's what Coach Mitchell told us last night in the postgame interview he'd like to see more of out of Maja. 4-0 Caldwell County. It's Ward driving the baseline, no good. Hollowell with the rebound. Gets it up to Goffinet, wide open from three, turns it down, gets it to Parker. Parker over to Jaggers. Jaggers, step back move, thought about the three, gives it up underneath. Goffinet all alone, they'd miss her, get it to Parker. Back out to Jaggers. Jaggers goes up, gets hit on the arm, no call. Ball comes down into the hands of Clark. Clark out front, over to Randolph, back to Clark, give and go. Clark up and in off the glass. Not bad defense by Goffinet, just have to slow her down on the cut down the lane a little bit more. McConnell, free throw line, shot, rims out, no good. Rebound comes down to Sperlin. Sperlin gives it up to Ward, back over to Sperlin. Underneath it goes, shot up and in. That's number 55, Jalen Hooper. Left all alone underneath. I think she rushed her shot, just surprised that she was so alone. Caldwell gets it in. Maja Hollowell drives the lane, dump off to Parker. Parker throws it up, no good. Rebound comes down to Clark. Clark makes a pass, gets it back. Guarded by Goffinet. Goes into the corner, shot no good. Parker with another rebound. Carson gives it up to Maja Hollowell. Hollowell at the point, works at free throw line high to McConnell. McConnell looks around, Gets it up to Parker. Parker just outside the three-point line to Goffinet on the left wing. Underneath it goes to Hollowell. Hollowell triple teamed. Back out to Jaggers. Wide open three. Top of the key. No good. And it's Sperlin with the rebound. Sperlin to Clark. Clark pulls up for three. Left all alone off the side of the rim. No good. Parker with the rebound. Fortunate for Caldwell County because that kid can knock those down.
Wide open shot just didn't go down for her.
Halfway through the first quarter, tied at 4 here at the Cab. Hollowell has it at the top of the key. Gets it down to Jaggers on the left elbow. Jaggers will bring it back outside the three-point line. Over to Parker. Parker underneath it goes to McConnell. McConnell's going to turn around, take the 12-footer. Good. Little mid-range jumpers are valuable. Not popular anymore, but they're 2 points, however you look at them.
Dawson's packing it inside on defense, so you're going to have to take that 6-7 footer.
Clark takes it to the right side, into the corner to Sperlin. Sperlin back out front to Ward. Ward, long three, no good. Hollowell with the rebound. Outlet pass goes, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Clark. It'll stay Lady Tiger basketball. Carson Parker's going to get a well-deserved rest. Already a little handful of rebounds for Carson. And in for her is going to be Morgan McDaniels. Lucy Goffinet to put it in play for the Lady Tigers. It's McConnell on the cut to the goal. No good. Rebound to Sperlin. Sperlin over to Randolph. Randolph to Clark on the right side. And it goes to Ward. Ward's going to try a three. Good from the corner. Abby Ward gives Dawson Springs their first lead of the night at 7-6. Bob, we've had pretty good interior defense, but we've left a couple of Dawson players 2 or 3 times tonight wide open for looks at a three.
And Dawson will shoot the three.
Jaggers off the screen now, guarded by Hooper, kicks it out to McDaniels. McDaniels hands off to Hollowell. Hollowell had Goffinet open for three, catches and shoots. Three-pointer good. Little Caesars Pizza three-pointer, Lucy Goffinet. She's doing a good job early tonight finding that open spot. We've seen her a couple of times. That's the first time that she's been able to get a pass to her.
And now shooting when she's open.
Ready to shoot is the key that Coach Mitchell talked about. Underneath it goes to Ward. Ward to Hooper. Hooper fouled on the play by McConnell. So Jalen Hooper will go to the free throw line. 2:07 left to go in the first quarter. Caldwell leads this one 9-7. And Hooper with 2 shots. First one up, off the back of the rim, no good. Hooper, a senior for the Lady Panthers. Takes her time at the line. Second free throw up and dives off the back of the rim and falls in.
That's how my shots look going in, Dennis.
That looks like your hole outs from just off the green right there. Maja Hollowell drives the lane, shot up and in. First Farmers Bank shot of the night. Maja Hollowell with the bucket. She's having a big first quarter, 11-8, Caldwell County. Brooklyn Clark, top of the key. Looking for a screen. Nice pick away by Goffinet. Clark able to retrieve the ball. They get it over to Randolph, tries a three, no good. Jaggers, good position for the rebound on the baseline. Looks up the court, still with a minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Spin move out front. Jaggers from the elbow, in and out, no good. She's getting a little more confidence in that knee brace, Bob, because that was a really good spin move to get open.
And after you've been on 3 or 4 games, I think you do get more confident in what you can do and not do.
Clark wants to drive, kicks it into the corner. Another open three, good. That's Denisha Randolph with the bucket, and we're tied at 11. Dawson Springs, one of their favorite things offensively is to shoot the three, and we're really not closing out as well as we need to in this one early. Hollowell dumps it into the corner. McDaniels drives, double teamed on the baseline, has it knocked loose, gets it back, goes underneath to Goffinet, ball on the floor. It'll be a tie-up, and possession arrow will go towards Dawson Springs.
Lady Tigers' second turnover of the first quarter. Dawson with no turnovers in the first quarter.
McConnell's going to come out of the game, and Jaggers out of the game. Walker and Parker back into the ball game. Tamia Walker's first action. And it's Clark to bring it down for Dawson. Macy Drennan into the ball game for the Lady Panthers. Clark dumps it off to Drennan. She'll try it from 12. Good. 22 seconds left in the quarter, and Dawson with a 2-point lead at 13-11. Maja Hollowell guarded tightly out front. Keeps it in the half court. Hollowell has 9 seconds on the clock. Drives the lane, cuts through, pulls up, and no good. Sperlin with the rebound. Clark takes it up the court, throws one at the buzzer, no good. And after 1 quarter of play, a little bit of surprise early. Dawson Springs leads this one 13-11. Back in 1 minute. This is Lady Tiger basketball on WPKYonline.com.
Happy New Year, Pennyrile Electric members. You know, with each passing year, it becomes more and more important to us that we have the most up-to-date information on your account. This helps us to be able to communicate usage information directly to you via text or email. In order for our service to be at its best, our information has to be the best as well. Take a few minutes right now to update your information at precc.com or at any area Pennyrile Electric office. Thanks in advance. And again, Happy New Year from Pennyrile Electric.
It's all at your fingertips now at WPKYonline.com. Local video, local news, local sports, local weather information, and of course, contests. Plus, you can listen to us on your smart device. Just click the Listen Now button. We've made it easier to find your favorite information. WPKYonline.com.
And welcome back to the Cavs second quarter about to get underway. Second quarter being brought to you by Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique. Stop in and see Pam. It's after Christmas. It's before Valentine's Day. A lot of inventory in the store, so stop in and see what Pam has for sale. Cozy Living, everything a home should be. Lady Tigers to inbound at side midcourt to start the second quarter. And for the call, Dennis Stevens.
And Bob, with over 50 games to broadcast, you're in charge of reminders for Valentine's Day. Goffinette looks to get it in to Jaggers. Does. Jaggers in the back court. Caldwell County opens the quarter down by 2.
Speaking of Valentine's Day, I buy the chocolate and eat it myself, Dennis, for my
It's a thought that counts.
Yeah.
McDaniels at the three-point line, gives it over to Parker. Parker finds Goffinette underneath. Nice cut on the baseline, misses the shot. Rebound comes down to Dawson. Clark off a screen, switch out with Parker on her. Now they got to find Hooper underneath. Misses the shot badly. Caldwell County with the rebound. McDaniels hands off to Hollowell. Bob, Caldwell County looked good in that first quarter offensively. It's just a three-point defense that really put us in kind of a hole. Underneath it goes Goffinette, push from the back, puts the shot up, no good, but she'll go to the free throw line for a couple of Goodwin Insurance free throws.
And the foul is yet to be posted. Foul's on number 10.
That's Sperlin.
And Lucy's first free throw is in there.
Second one coming up for Goffinette. This one up off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Hooper. Hooper finds number 11, Drennan. Drennan to Clark. Clark looking to drive. Cut off. Good job by Goffinette. Drives her baseline. Shot up and good. Little step back move from about 8 feet for Clark. And the biggest lead of the night for Dawson at 15-12. Hollowell dribbles out front. Gets it to McDaniels. McDaniels over to Parker at the top of the key. Parker has it knocked away by Clark. A little bit of a mismatch if they can get it to Carson underneath. Instead, Jagger steps out for three. No good. Rebound comes down to Drennan. Drennan to Brooklyn Clark. She'll start the offense top of the key. Drives right side of the lane. Throws up a prayer. No good. Hollowell gets it. Caldwell County looking to run. Hollowell takes it the length. No good. Jaggers with the rebound up. No good. Jaggers with her own rebound. Out to Goffinette. Caldwell County will pull it out and start this one all over. 6 minutes to go in the half. Hollowell takes the screen, kicks it off into the corner to McDaniels. Good two-pointer just inside the three-point arc. 15-14 Dawson. Brooklyn Clark on the right wing, into the corner to Spurlin. Better job by Caldwell County to cover that three-point shot up. They go back underneath to Spurlin. Spurlin out to Clark on the left corner. She'll try a three, in and out, no good. And it's Parker with the rebound. She hands off to Jaggers. JC brings this one up the court. Nobody home. Nobody came out to meet her. She fires a three from the top of the key. No good. And rebound comes down to Grace Harper of Dawson Springs. Clark, top of the key. Caldwell with a little double team. They hand it off to Hooper. Hooper fires it up. No good. Parker chases it down for the rebound. Hands it off to Hollowell. Caldwell County with a chance to retake the lead. Hand off to Jaggers. Jaggers drives it right down the lane. Left-handed shot in, off the glass and good. And she'll go to the free throw line to try to make it a three-point play.
Finally, that cut gets open, and JC uncontested until she got to the rim, put it up, went in, and got fouled.
A high screen that Jaggers saw, no weak side help for Dawson, and Jaggers able to take it all the way in and off the glass for a Farmers Bank shot. Farmers Bank and Trust Company, home of the Tiger debit card. As Jaggers steps to the line to try to make it a three-point play. Shot up and good. Starters all back on the floor for Caldwell County right now. As Randolph brings it across the line, gives it to Oldham. Oldham dribbles it down to Randolph. Did they give her a three on that one, Bob?
Gave her a two.
Gave her a two on that one, just inside the line on the far side. 17 all, Randolph with the bucket. Underneath it goes to Goffinette, just outside the lane, good. Short baseline jumper, Lucy Goffinette.
Good look by the Lady Tiger guard out front. I don't know whether that was assist from Maja or...
Great weak side help by Carson Parker on Clark. Clark misses a shot, rebound to Hollowell. To McConnell, gave a good head fake at the free throw line, drives down the lane, shot no good. Jaggers fights for the loose ball with Clark. Possession arrow is going to be with Dawson. Little confusion over there. The last possession arrow was to Dawson also. Did it switch at the quarter?
We inbounded the ball, so maybe it is Dawson's ball.
Oh, they're talking about the two. Okay.
Yes. Oh, we got to tie our shoe.
19-17. Caldwell leads this one. Caldwell with no full court pressure. I guess with a little bit of a depleted bench, you're not going to try to wear yourself out with a lot of full court pressure, but Coach Mitchell may use it at times, probably especially in the second half. Randolph out front, guarded by Hollowell. Gives it up to Ward. Ward drives it down to Hooper. Hooper has it blocked by Parker. And Coach Mitchell does not agree any more than you and I do with that call. And Carson made a face. She knew she got all ball with that one.
But fortunately, it's only her first.
2 free throws for Hooper, though.
Hooper now is 1 for 3 from the line.
Hooper puts the second one up. No good. McConnell with a big rebound, blocking out Clark. Gets it over to Jaggers. Jaggers pulls it up. Over to Hollowell. 3.5 to go in the first half. Maja Hollowell, top of the key, off of McConnell's screen. Goes to the corner to Goffinette. Back out to McConnell. Underneath it goes to Jaggers. Jaggers wheels her way around the defender up and in. Just kind of circled. Clark stood there kind of like a barbershop pole and just let JC dribble around her.
She was waiting for her to go out of bounds.
Right, I think she was. 3 on the way, no good. Rebound comes down to Dawson. That's Oldham with the rebound. They get it back over to number 35, no good. Parker fights for the rebound. Miss was by Ward. Good hustle. Carson Parker looking for somebody to get it to, finds Hollowell. Hollowell underneath to McConnell, over to Jaggers. And great movement of the basketball, finding the open player by Caldwell County. And Dawson Springs wants a timeout. It's going to be a full to talk about this one. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Lady Tiger basketball on WPKY.
Caldwell County sports coverage is brought to you in part by Treasures Remembered, Wallace Toy, Josh Ray, Woodman Life, Armory Gun Shop, Black Patch Grill, Jeff Russo, attorney at law, Pet Grooming by David Rogers, Taco John's, The Joint Barbecue, and by Community Medical Clinic. Caldwell County Sports on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, worldwide at WPKYonline.com, and on your free WPKY app.
What does your morning sound like?
Morning, Al.
Next stop, 32nd Street.
Welcome to McDonald's.
Hi, can I get an Egg McMuffin, please?
Here's to making your morning routine a little better with a delicious breakfast from McDonald's.
Welcome back to the Cab. 2 minutes and 39 seconds remaining to be played in the second quarter. Caldwell County out to a 6-point lead now, 23-17. Inbounding the ball, bringing the length of the court are the Lady Panthers, and for the call, Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Caldwell County on a 6-0 run right now. Dawson with the basketball in the hands of Ward. Ward gets it over to Randolph. Randolph to Clark. Goffinette's done a good job on her tonight. Clark drives into the lane, gives it back to Ward for a three. No good. Parker goes up high for the rebound, goes off the leg of Dawson and out of bounds. Bob, in the last 2 weeks, you haven't seen Carson Parker at a position underneath hardly any in the last several basketball games.
So far in the first half, Dennis, she has 7 rebounds, JC 4, Maja 4, and still no turnovers for the Lady Panthers from Dawson.
Screen out front for Hollowell. She gives it up to Goffinette on the right wing. Goffinette goes off a McConnell screen. Ball loose on the floor now. Clark able to come up with it. Turnover Lady Tigers as they get it up to Ward. Ward wants to try the left side into the corner. It goes to Drennan. Drennan drives baseline, no good. Ball loose, and Jaggers comes away with it. Jaggers brings it up across the timeline. Open at the three-point line was McConnell, turns it down. Now she's going to try to drive the lane, splits a couple of defenders, has it knocked away and out of bounds. It'll stay Lady Tiger basketball.
Dawson fortunate that they got their hand on the ball. She had a wide open layup if they don't knock that ball out of her hand.
And I think Bella's grinning a little bit because she knows it went off her leg out of bounds.
It did look like it went off Bella.
Jaggers, top of the key, turns it down, steps back now on the wing, thought about it again, pulls it back in. McConnell's going to let it fly, though, top of the key. Good. Little Caesars Pizza, three-pointer, Bella McConnell. Purchase any qualifying pizza on the app, and you can score a free order of Crazy Bread using the promo code FREE-CB3C at checkout. Sperlin into the ball game. Gets cut off on the baseline by Parker. Back out to Randolph underneath the Ward. Goes off her foot. Drennan with an awkward shot. No good. McConnell pulls the rebound. Gets it up to Jaggers. Jaggers down to Goffinette. Goffinette underneath it goes to Parker. Parker up. No good, but a push from behind. I think they're going to get Sperlin on that one. We'll send Parker to the free throw line for a couple of Goodwin Insurance free throws.
If they do get Sperlin, it will be her third. And it is.
Carson Parker toes the line. First one up and good.
Good for you, Carson. Nailed that thing. It was string music, as Joe Dean would say.
String music in Princeton KY on that one. 10-point run now for Caldwell County. Parker tries to make it 11 with just under a minute to go in the first half. That one rolls off the side of the rim. Hooper with the rebound. Gets it up to Drennan. Drennan hands off to Randolph, over to Clark. Clark, head fakes, drives up and in to stop the Caldwell County run. 27-19, 40 seconds in the first half. Hollowell out front, gives it up to Jaggers. Jaggers drives the left side of the lane, left-handed layup up and in, had some contact, no call. She slides, gets back up, 29-19, Lady Tigers. Clark on the left wing, behind the back, good job by Goffinette, drives her baseline. She gives it up, air ball by Randolph, I think that was. Underneath it goes to Parker, open, up and in. Carson Parker assists Hollowell. Parker put the hand up in the middle of the lane, saw she was open. Desperation shot at the buzzer by Clark, no good. And at the half, Caldwell County closes with a 14-2 run to take a 12-point lead into the locker room, 31-19. We'll be back with the Travis Construction and Concrete halftime show in just a couple of minutes, so stay tuned. You're listening to Lady Tiger Basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Ladies, all the latest trendy boutique styles are waiting for you at Magnolia 2 Boutique in Hopkinsville. We have an amazing selection of apparel that celebrates women of all ages, sizes, and styles. You'll love our jewelry, accessories, and handbags, including our new Bed Stew collection. And we have entire rooms dedicated to curvy size styles and shoes. Our selection and prices cannot be beat, and we can't wait to see you. You'll find us at 5120 Princeton Road, Hopkinsville, or shop with us online at Magnolia2, that's TOO.com.
You can always expect great things at Planters Bank. When we say expect great things, what we're really saying is Planters Bank is here to provide the financial services you need. Planters Bank believes in the strength of our community and is a full-service financial institution. Our employees have a true passion for helping our neighbors, and it shows. See Jake Pepper and the rest of the Planters Bank staff at 208 North Jefferson. Planters Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If this community is as important to you as it is to us, we invite you to join us weekdays for our WPKY local newscast at 6:30, 7:30, noon, and 5. 20 newscasts a week means we're committed to keeping you informed on local events. You can also find news when you want it at WPKYonline.com. Thanks for listening to 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
There's an advantage in being the home team. You know who Emma Talley, Jake Lewis, and Pat Gates are. You've seen the wall around Butler Stadium and have heard of the Caldwell Crazies. Trice Hughes, we're your home team. Here's our home team deal of the week.
2018 Buick Regal, 13,000 miles, Trice priced at $269 per month for 72 months.
Get this home team deal of the week at Trice Hughes. Find us on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or tricehughes.com.
Caldwell County sports coverage is brought to you in part by Health First Community Health Center, Hancock's Neighborhood Market, Josh Cook, Modern Woodman, K.E.'s Kitchen, Kentucky Homes Realty, Fraternal Financial, Penny Royal District Health Department, Raider Auction Company, The Joshua Tree, and by Penny Royal Home Medical. Caldwell County Sports on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, worldwide at WPKYonline.com and on your free WPKY app.
Been in the hospital but aren't quite ready to go home? Caldwell Medical Center's Swing Bed program is the perfect step for patients in a transitional stage of care. Their extended care solution allows you to continue receiving skilled nursing care, meals, and medication management with the added convenience of being close to home and the peace of mind that comes from a full-service hospital. To learn more about their Swing Bed program, visit caldwellmedical.com.
Grab the clipboard and let's break it down with Dennis and Bob. The halftime show is on 1580, 103.3 PKY.
And back to the cab. Time now for the Travis Construction and Concrete halftime show. Travis Construction and Concrete for all of your construction and concrete needs, as well as driveways, porches, foundations, basement walls, decorative concrete, remodels, and more. Good luck, Tigers and Lady Tigers. Here's to building a successful year from Travis Construction and Concrete. Big close to the half as the scoreboard lights have gone out of here except for the time, Bob. But 31-19, Caldwell County ends the first half on a 14-2 run to take the double-digit lead here at the end of the first half. Time now for the stats of the first half. Of course, those brought to you by Ackridge Farm Supply, Ace Hardware, a fourth-generation family business, and they've been around providing high-quality goods and services to West Kentucky farmers and homeowners since 1933. Now with stores in Fredonia and Eddyville to serve all of your needs. And for those first half stats, I'll turn it over to Bob Hayes.
Thank you, Dennis. First, we'll look at the scoreboard. As you just mentioned, there's not much to look at up there but the time. But the scoreboard, if it were on, would show Caldwell County, the Lady Tigers in the lead here, 31-19. The scoreboard is brought to you by Goodman Funeral Home. They're new to Princeton but have years of experience. Beautiful yet very, very affordable funeral and memorial services. For the Lady Tigers in the first half, at the end of one, the Lady Tigers trailed 13-11, down 2 points entering the second quarter. In the second quarter, the Lady Tigers came alive, outscoring the Lady Panthers 20-6, and that 14-point deficit erased that 2-point deficit. Now the Lady Tigers at halftime lead by 12, 31-19. In the scoring column for the Lady Tigers, in the first half, J.C. Jaggers leads the Lady Tigers with 9 points. 6 points for Lucy Goffinette on a 2-point field goal, a 3-point field goal, and 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. 6 points for Maja Hollowell on 3 2-point field goals. 5 points for Bella McConnell on a 2-pointer and a 3-pointer. 3 points for Karsten Parker on 1 field goal, 1 out of 4 from the stripe. And 2 points for Morgan McDaniels on a 2-point field goal. The Lady Tigers, one of their better games of handling the ball this year at halftime, only 3 turnovers. And the Lady Tigers were 3 out of 7 from the charity stripe. Charting rebounds, Maja Hollowell with 4 in the first half, Morgan McDaniels with 1 rebound, Bella McConnell with 3, J.C. Jaggers with 5, and Carson Parker with 7 rebounds in the first half. For the Lady Panthers, they're led in scoring in the first half by Brooklyn Clark, their freshman scoring sensational player. And Brooklyn has 6 points here at halftime on 3 2-point field goals. 5 points for Denisha Randolph on a 2-pointer and a 3-pointer, and both those young ladies score in double figures. So the Tigers have done a great defensive job on them. 3 points for Abby Ward on a 3-pointer. 3 points for Jalen Hooper on a field goal, 1 out of 3 from the charity stripe, and 2 points for Macy Drennan on a field goal. The Lady Panthers, something else is keeping them in the game, 0 turnovers in the first half, and the Lady Panthers were 1 out of 3 from the charity stripe in the first half. So again, Dennis coming alive here in the second quarter, playing pretty well.
Bob, I think a big difference there, they gave up a lot of open threes in that first quarter. Dawson able to put, I think it was 13 points on the board. Caldwell County closed out much better on that. I'm sure Coach Mitchell talked to them in between quarters, closed out much better, shut those shots down. And defensively, the Lady Tigers looked great in that second quarter and held Clark, I think, what did you say, 6 points?
6 points.
In the first half, averaging 22 a game. So they've done a good job with her on the other end, sharing the ball well. A lot of Lady Tigers in the scoring column tonight, pretty spread out, and rebounding the ball well. If Dawson misses, not a lot of second chances for the Lady Panthers.
And because the Lady Panthers have not turned it over at all in the first half, they were able to get up many shots, and obviously with 12, 15, 16, 20 rebounds for the Lady Tigers in the first half. And here's another good stat in our favor. The number of threes, we have 2 threes. Dawson has 2 threes. So obviously we're matching them 3 for 3, and Dawson is noted as the 3-point shooting team. So the Lady Tigers, building on that great play from last night's third quarter, lead here by 12 points and should be really excited about coming out here and playing in the third quarter and seeing exactly if they can keep this thing going.
I think Coach Mitchell's pretty pleased so far with the play, especially in that second quarter of his Lady Tigers. Just over 2 minutes to go before we get underway in the second half. We're going to take a break and come right back with the Travis Construction and Concrete halftime show, so stay tuned. This is Lady Tiger basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Hi Caldwell County, I'm Allie Coleman with First Southern National Bank, and I'm ready to service your next loan. Whether you're wanting to build your first home, buying an investment property, or adding square footage for your growing family, we can tailor a solution just for you. Stop by my office at 101 West Washington Street in Princeton or give me a call at 270.
What's the young lady that had the knee surgery?
3545 to apply.
Federal Registry 409
Jillian Choate.
NMLS 1002990.
I don't have her on.
Okay. She's here tonight. That's who the players were coming by and high-fiving after the starting lineup. If you want to mention her.
Well, I was going to mention that, but I didn't know what the routine was designed to do. We'll mention that, Dennis.
Okay. 7 days a week, Monday through Thursday, 11 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 11 to 9:30, Sundays, 11 to 9. And they offer lunch specials Monday through Friday, 11 to 3. Be sure to like them on Facebook for updates and specials. La Potacina Mexican Restaurant in Princeton or Marion.
Back to the cab as we get set for second half action, winding down on the Travis Construction and Concrete halftime show. And Bob, a neat little thing the Lady Tigers did during the starting lineups tonight to let you tell the folks about.
And we noticed when they came out, they didn't go directly to the coach and to the other coach. They swung behind the Lady Tiger bench, and we found out they were high-fiving Jillian Choate, who underwent knee surgery last week. Jillian was injured at Crittenden County earlier in the season. And we didn't know what the routine was, but we found out, and a great camaraderie, if you will. That builds team. That's team building stuff there.
And great job. You like to see that from these kids. Not to forget the one that had the knee surgery and will not get to play the rest of the season.
And remind you, the third quarter coming up here is going to be brought to you by Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, located next to the bowling alley in Princeton. Stop in and see Pam. They're your local U-Haul dealer here in Princeton. Stop in and see Jake, the store mascot, see what they have for sale there. Cozy Living, everything a home should be. Inbound the ball to start the third quarter. I presume the Lady Tigers will be inbounding the ball. Referees are coming over to talk to Coach Mitchell.
I'm not sure if they're pointing at the clock. They may be having a little clock issue. Referees talking to both coaches and then talk to the scorekeepers.
Anyway, the Lady Tigers will inbound it at side midcourt, and for the call, Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Maja Hollowell brings it across. Starters in for Caldwell County. Dawson Springs coming out in a 3-2 zone. Jagger said, fine, we're up by 12. I'll hold it out here in the circle. Brings Clark out far enough to start the count. They back off. Jaggers gets it knocked into backcourt. Now they come in. Get it over to Goffinet. Into the corner it goes. Jaggers wide open three. Good. Little Caesars Pizza three-pointer. J.C. Jaggers steps out of the locker room and nails a three. 34-19, Caldwell County. Sperlin on the other end will try a three. No good. Rebound right into the hands of Bella McConnell. Caldwell County looking to run. Now they're going to pull it back out. Goffinet has it on the left wing, top of the key to McConnell. Over to Hollowell. Into the corner goes to Parker. Parker uses her dribble, gets it back out to McConnell. Thought about the three, pulls it back. Underneath to Hollowell. Hollowell on the left block. Shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to Randolph. Randolph brings it back down, touches a couple of Lady Panthers. It's going to be Clark for three, no good. Parker goes up, had the ball for a second, lost her balance and let the ball slip away. Dawson comes up with it, but this time on the shot, Bella McConnell grabs the rebound. And the Lady Tigers bring it back across half court. Maja Hollowell circling at the top of the key, gets it over to McConnell. Back to Hollowell. Over to Jaggers. She'll try a three from the left side. Good. J.C. Jaggers heating up. Back-to-back threes. And it's 37-19.
And she was wide open on both those threes here so far in the third quarter.
Dawson with a three, no good. Rebound loose on the floor. Sperlin comes up with it, gets it to Ward. Ward with the shot, no good. Rebound underneath to Clark, no good. Ball batted around. It's Ward with it, gets it out to Randolph for three, and Randolph nails it from the top of the key. One of the few times that Dawson has had 2 or 3 shots on a possession. Not sure what the whistle blew for. They stopped it, and they're going to put it back inside again, talking to Parker. Thought she was injured for a second. Carson said she's fine, waving her left hand. May have been one of those jam finger situations.
I didn't see her fall.
Hollowell brings it up for Caldwell County. Lady Tigers work it into the corner to McConnell. McConnell on a give and go to Hollowell. Hollowell up off the glass and good. Farmer's bank shot, and Maja Hollowell.
Great assist from Bella then. Eyes wide open.
Man-to-man defense by the Lady Tigers as Clark has it at the midcourt logo. Down to Hooper. Hooper has the pass knocked away. It goes out of bounds. Looked like Randolph was going to be the last one to touch it, but they're going to say that was off Hollowell. We'll say he was right, Bob. I'm sure we can't get every call right up here, but
it did look like Dawson hit it last, but they
did.
could have been out of bounds on that.
Parker with a big rebound on the miss by Dawson. Gives it up to Hollowell down the court. Hollowell over to McConnell. Underneath, wide open. Carson Parker has it blocked from behind. Gets her own rebound, goes back up. And she'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Good hustle play by Carson Parker. She was all alone.
As I just mentioned, her eyes are wide open. We're hitting the open lady tonight really well.
First free throw for Carson Parker, up and good. Goodwin Insurance sponsors our free throws, and they are your locally owned independent insurance agency capable of handling all of your insurance needs. Parker back at the free throw line for her second. This one off the front of the rim, no good. Hooper with the rebound. And Dawson will come down the court trailing by 18 with 4:40 to go in the third quarter. Clark goes baseline, shot up, rolls off the rim, no good. And it's Jaggers with the rebound for Caldwell County. JC brings it across. Between the legs out front, drives the lane, nobody steps over. She takes it to the hole, falls in, and she'll go to the line to try to cap off a 3-point play as Caldwell County opens up their biggest lead of the night at 20. Morgan McDaniel's in, and Parker will come out of the ball game. Jagger steps to the line for a Goodwin Insurance free throw. Shot up and good. 21-point margin now for Caldwell County. Dawson stone cold after the first quarter offensively. Ward drives left side of the lane, tries to go underneath, picked off by Hollowell, but she dribbles on the baseline, giving it back over to Dawson.
Dawson's first turnover of the night, and then we turn it right back over to him.
Hooper to put it in play for the Lady Panthers. Comes into Ward. Ward has it knocked away. Ball tied up, and possession arrow apparently not working. We're just going to have people point, and it is Lady Panther basketball. Clark fires a three. No good. Rebound comes down to Morgan McDaniels, who had just checked into the ball game. Gives it up to Jaggers. Jaggers and Hollowell actually have split the point guard spot quite a bit tonight. Jaggers drives the lane, puts a little runner up, no good. McConnell with the rebound goes up, no good. The Bella's going to take a trip to the free throw line. Caldwell County doing a great job on the boards tonight.
Dawson with already 3 fouls here in the third quarter.
A foul on Hooper, her second. First free throw, good by Bella McConnell. Caldwell County's doubled up Dawson, 44-22. Lady Tigers were actually down by 2 after 1 quarter. Second free throw, good. Substitute coming in for Dawson is Drennan, as Ward will go out of the ball game. Also in is number 25, that's Grace Harper. Clark drives the lane, stutter steps, puts the shot up in close, no good. Ball loose on the floor, goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay Lady Panther basketball. Randolph to put it in play. Looking for a first option. Clark doesn't get it. Instead goes to Hooper, and she's going to be fouled on the arm by Hollowell, I think.
I think you're right, Dennis. I think Maja.
First foul of the second half on Caldwell County, and first on Hollowell. Randolph to put it in play again. Goes out to Hooper. Hooper hands off this time to Clark. Clark on the right wing. Looks it over, wants to drive on Goffinette, takes the ball up and no good. But foul is called on Lucy Goffinette, and Brooklyn Clark will go to the free throw line.
Clark is yet to be at the line tonight.
First free throw, no good. She gets 2. Second one in the air and bottom. 45-23, Caldwell County with the lead. Dawson brings full court pressure. Caldwell breaks it with Hollowell. Hollowell drives the lane. Everybody went out to the perimeter, and Hollowell just takes it to the hole and lays it in. It's like everybody in the lane shifted to go guard somebody on the perimeter and left it all alone for Maja Hollowell. Picking some low-hanging fruit with that one was Hollowell, and it's 47-23. Clark with it on the left wing. Wants to drive baseline. Reach-in foul is going to be called, I think, on Goffinette.
Dawson's putting the ball now in the hands of Brooklyn Clark, and she's out trying to work her magic. And Lucy Goffinette's second foul here. Lady Tigers' third foul of the third quarter.
Dawson to inbound. Have to go all the way to the top of the key to Ward. She'll let it go, top of the key, no good. This one's going to go out of bounds. Good job boxing out by Morgan McDaniels not to let Hooper have a chance to keep that one in. And the Lady Tigers will have to face man-to-man pressure. They get it into McDaniels. Cut from Hollowell. Hollowell down the lane, drew the defender to her, missed the shot. That was good, except not getting 2 points out of it. It's Drennan back the other way. Into the corner to Randolph, back out to Clark. Clark fires a 3, no good. McDaniels, good block out on Drennan, gets the rebound over to Hollowell. Maja brings it up court. Looks it over, hands off to Jaggers on the left wing. Jaggers dribbles around top of the key. And JC pulls up. I think she wanted to have Goffinette come around and just take the handoff around and work some clock on a weave. Goffinette cut towards the goal, and Jaggers drug that pivot foot. Turnover Lady Tigers with 2:16 to go in the third quarter. Clark with the basketball at the top of the key. Gets it over to Ward. Ward wants to drive the lane, puts it back out, deflected by McConnell, but picked up by Hooper. Hooper gets it over to number 20, Oldham, but Oldham fouled on a reach in. May have been Hollowell with that one.
It was Maja, more like a bear hug.
Well, we like to stay homerish when we can, though.
Well, you can't tie a person up when you bear hug them.
Dawson in the corner, knocked away on a good defensive play by Goffinette. Lady Panthers retain possession. Oldham to put it in play. Has Hooper all alone under the basket, and she threw a bullet that almost hit the cheerleaders. Turnover Dawson.
Not only was a bullet, it was 10 feet too high.
Yeah, it was a high bullet, just a bit outside. Minute 54 to go in the third quarter. Caldwell up by 24 right now. Lady Tigers back in action on Thursday night. Busy week for the Lady Tigers. Part of a doubleheader coming up at Eddyville on Thursday night. Hollowell gets the inbound pass and just drives the lane. She dares the defense to come at her. They don't want to step in front, thinking she's going to pass away from them. Clark drives the lane, goes up, misses the shot, but she's fouled by a couple of Lady Tigers. It just depends on who they put this one on.
I think Bella may have earned this one.
And it's Goffinette picking up her third really quick here in the quarter. But you're right, Bella could have easily been whistled for that one herself. Free throw good by Clark. Substitutions abound for Caldwell County. Katie Smiley into the ball game. Tamia Walker into the ball game. Emily Campbell into the ball game. Second free throw, good. No starters in for Caldwell County right now. You've got Presley McKinney in and Morgan McDaniels for the last minute and a half here of the third quarter. McKinney brings it across half court. Left-handed dribble, wants to go to Walker. Stolen away by Clark. Walker made a valiant effort to get it back. Picked up by Ward. Ward drives the lane. Shot up, no good. McKinney with the rebound. She's double-teamed on the other end. Dribbles out of it. Gets it up to Walker. Walker brings it across, gets it to McDaniels. McDaniels looks underneath. Instead drives the lane, and she's fouled on the play. Emily Campbell had good position, but the defender on McDaniels looked away where Campbell was, so McDaniels able to drive the lane, put the shot up, and draw a couple of Goodwin Insurance free throws.
I think the foul it is on number 20, Natalie Oldham.
So Morgan McDaniels toes the line for a Goodwin Insurance free throw. First one up, and no good. Contact Goodwin Insurance for a free quote. McDaniels gets set for her second. Ball in the air, and this one much better. 50-25, Caldwell County. Clark brings it up for Dawson. Met by Walker at the top of the key. Over to Clark, a long three by Randolph is good. That one 5 feet past the three-point line. McKinney brings it across for Caldwell County. Dribbles up, lane opens up off the glass, no good. McKinney with the rebound, tied up underneath. Jump ball called, possession arrow stays with the Lady Tigers. Substitutions come in. Let's take a look at the scoreboard, brought to you by Goodman Funeral Home. New to Princeton, but years of experience. Beautiful yet very affordable funeral and memorial services. 46.7 seconds left as McKinney rips a three to make it 53-28. Caldwell County. How much is that for the confidence of a young lady?
Get the ball and shoot it. Put it up.
Ball loose on the floor. Good dive. Heads up hustle play. Tamia Walker gets it for Caldwell County. Gets it back to McKinney. Into the corner it goes to McDaniels. Looking for Campbell on the post on Hooper. Just over her head. Chased down by Dawson. Turnover Lady Tigers with 16 seconds left in the quarter. Drennan has it over to Clark. Clark looking the defense over as she's covered by Walker. Into the corner, Drennan lets it go from three off the side of the backboard, no good. Smiley with the rebound. And another big quarter for Caldwell County as they push the lead out. After three, it's the Lady Tigers 53, the Lady Panthers 28. Back with fourth quarter action next. You're listening to Lady Tiger Basketball on WPKY.
Caldwell County sports coverage is brought to you in part by Treasures Remembered, Wallace Toy, Josh Ray, Woodman Light, Armory Gun Shop, Black Patch Grill, Jeff Russo, Attorney at Law, Pet Grooming by David Rogers, Taco John's, The Joint Barbecue, and by Community Medical Clinic. Caldwell County Sports on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, worldwide at WPKYonline.com and on your free WPKY app.
Howdy, folks. Right now, come into KFC and get a free chocolate cake with a 10-piece meal. It's free. It's free chocolate cake. How else can I say it? It's a whole chocolate cake that you don't pay any additional money for. See, that's the arrangement. I don't know how else to explain this. You buy a 10-piece bucket meal. I slide an actual chocolate cake made a real actual cake across the counter. You take it, and we both go our merry ways. So come on down to KFC. Get your free cake today. It's finger-licking good. Offer excludes 12-piece tenders meal, limited time only, participating locations.
Welcome back to the Cab. Fourth quarter about to get underway. Brought to you by Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique. Baby furniture, beautiful furniture, gifts and registry, home decor. Cozy Living, everything a home should be. Inbounding the ball, the Lady Panthers, and for the call, Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. A three on the way from Dawson, no good. Hooper with the rebound, no good. Carson Parker snatches it for Caldwell County. Starters on the floor for Caldwell, but if this lead stays where it's at or it grows a little bit, don't expect them on the floor for very long. Hollowell out front. McConnell now on the right wing. Cut underneath by Goffinette. Back to the corner to Parker. Parker wanted Jaggers underneath, and it goes out of bounds off of Clark. May have gotten a break on that one. She was looking for Jaggers underneath. Instead, Lucy Goffinette will put it in play for the Lady Tigers. Lob to McConnell is knocked out of bounds by Hooper. So Goffinette will get it again, this time without the backboard in her sight. Gets it inside to McConnell. McConnell inside the right block, up and in. Bella McConnell with the bucket. And Caldwell County with the first two of the quarter. Clark wants to drive, kicks it into the corner to number 25, Harper. Back out to Randolph. That was deflected out front by Hollowell. Clark able to pick it back up on the right wing. Clark drives baseline, throws one up, no good. Carson Parker with another rebound. She's got to be in double digits on those by now.
Her 11th rebound of the night.
Hollowell walks it across the timeline, has it knocked away, but able to pick it back up. Now the reach is going to be called on Macy Drennan.
And we're going to pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is WPKY-FM, Princeton, Kentucky.
And timeout called on the floor, a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back. This is Lady Tiger basketball on WPKY.
Start your day with Tess and Ty in the morning.
They're listening to the radio, but they're not hearing any deer.
No, they are. They're listening
they
this
listening
morning.
to us in the deer stand, honestly?
Yes.
Love
Yes,
it.
they are.
Oh, I love it.
Isn't that awesome?
I love it.
I don't know why that shocks you. What else are they going to do?
Well,
If there's no deer showing up, you got to do something.
I guess
it's
I
not
do-
like we're on the boom box. We're on. They've got their headphones on.
Oh, good luck,
They
guys.
don't have the boom box.
Good luck, guys.
blaring.
Tess and Ty weekday mornings from 6 to 9 on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Welcome back to the Cab. 6 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the game. Inbounding the ball, the Lady Tigers at side midcourt here. And we're cleaning up some water down here by the Dawson bench.
Bob, that'll give me time. So I love the commercials with Tess and Ty. They do such a great job in the morning. If you haven't heard those guys yet or not a regular listener, tune into them and you'll laugh all morning. Caldwell County with the turnover on the inbounds play. Goffinette had an open Jaggers, just put a little too much straightness on it, a little too much heat instead of the lob. And it goes back to Dawson. Dawson rolls it to half court. Clark picks it up. Wants to drive left side, runner in the lane, no good. Ball hits 3 or 4 people before it comes out to Randolph, and she shoots a 3 from the volleyball stripe, no good. Rebound comes down to Parker. Parker up to Hollowell. Hollowell down the court to Jaggers. Jaggers drives, dumps it back off to McConnell, out to Hollowell, and Hollowell stutter steps at the three-point line. Knew she did, smiled on her face as she turned around and ran back down the court for defense.
27-point lead here for the Lady Tigers. 6 minutes, 22 seconds to play.
Coach Mitchell pulls Goffinette back just so they don't roll the ball all the way to midcourt. Clark, nice cutoff by Parker. Has to give it up to Randolph. Randolph now back to Clark. McConnell on the hedge. Ball up and almost goes in off a deflection. Carson Parker with the rebound. Not able to save it in as she gets it knocked away. And they're going to say it's off of Carson. Harper comes out of the ball game and Ward back in for the Lady Panthers.
These girls are getting on the floor like it's a mattress, Dennis.
Yeah,
they're diving and
ahead 55-28, so I'm sure the coach loves that part of it. Randolph is going to let a 3 go from the corner. Good.
She's deadly. That's her 4th 3 of the night.
Caldwell to put it in bounds. Get it to Hollowell. Hollowell midcourt to Parker. Parker to Jaggers on the left side. Jaggers drives the lane up, no good, hits the deck, and she'll have a couple of Goodwin Insurance free throws coming her way.
Great show of sportsmanship by the Lady Panther, Brooklyn Clark, to help JC up then.
Jaggers at the free throw line, having a good night offensively. The first one up and good. Stay tuned after this one's over. We'll have all the stats coming up on the Trilogy post-game report. Second free throw for Jaggers, good. 57-31. Caldwell in control of this one with 5.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Randolph brings it across, gets it to Clark. Clark drives on the left wing, shot up, no good. Saved inbounds. Carson Parker comes up with it.
13 rebounds for Carson tonight.
Carson hands it off to Hollowell. Hollowell across half court, crossover dribble. Underneath it goes to Parker. Parker hit from behind. Almost sprawls out, but able to keep her step, and she'll walk to the free throw line for 2. Lady Tigers will play the first game on Thursday night, part of the doubleheader against Lyon County. Always a fun time to go over there, Bob. You know that gym is going to be rocking when Caldwell comes to town. Free throw good by Parker. And then we've got a makeup game of sorts as the game with Callaway County was moved from earlier in the season. It'll be played on Saturday, and I think that's still a 7 o'clock game if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Second free throw, no good. McConnell with the rebound, shot up, no good. Jaggers gets the rebound. She pulls it out momentarily, drives back on the baseline, puts it up, no good, but she'll get 2 free throws. So 4 tough games for the Lady Tigers this week.
Yeah, not only that, the reason that game is at 7 o'clock, Dennis, on Saturday is there's a JV tournament at Hopkins Central, so some of our players will be involved in that.
Probably about half the team at this point with the injuries we've had and the youth that is on that bench right now for Caldwell County. Jaggers free throw, good.
JC with 5 shots at the charity stripe tonight, and she's nailed all 5 of them.
Carson Parker comes out, Morgan McDaniel's in. Presley McKinney set to check in, but she's coming in for Jaggers, so she'll have to wait till after JC makes this free throw. And does. 60-31, just over 5 minutes to go in the ball game.
$13 points for JC here in the second half, total of 22 for the game.
Dawson, 3 from the wing, no good. Right down into the hands of Randolph. Puts a baseline pass over to Ward, misses the shot. Rebound Caldwell County. Gets it up to McDaniels. McDaniels over to Goffinette, up and in. Very unselfish play by Morgan McDaniels. She could have taken that one in on her side. Instead, one little skip pass across the lane, and it's 2 points for Goffinette as Caldwell County again doubles up Dawson. 3 from the corner, no good. Hollowell with the big, strong rebound. Hollowell to McKinney, to Goffinette. Toe on the line, I think, shoots, no good. Hooper with the rebound. Dawson gets it up to Oldham. Oldham hands off to Ward, goes back to Oldham, but off of her feet as she was trying to take it down the lane. Goffinette looks to put it in play. Clock is on, nobody moving. Now we get it to Hollowell. Coach Mitchell calling for the clear for Hollowell. See if she can work on Drennan. Underneath it goes to Goffinette. Shot up, no good. Ward with the rebound. Randolph with the rebound. Brings it across, gives it up to Ward. Ward underneath it goes to Harper. Off the glass and good. Somebody lost Harper underneath. And it's 62-33. McConnell has it in the backcourt. Comes across against Hooper. Pulls up on the wing. Hooper knocks it away. Chased down by McDaniels. McDaniels to McKinney. McKinney drives the left side of the lane. Gets tripped. Has it partially blocked. I don't know what to call that, Bob. I think each team, seemed like each team got a break on that one. Should have been a foul. And could have been a travel. Caldwell underneath on the inbounds to McConnell, up and in. You let Bella McConnell get a little step in front of you, she's going to get the ball.
Can you get an assist if you throw it in from out of bounds, Dennis? I've got to ask somebody that.
Shot from Dawson, no good. Tamia Walker in the game gets a strong rebound. To Hollowell, up the court to McDaniels. McDaniels times it out, puts it up off the glass, and no good. Randolph with the rebound. Randolph back the other way, over to Ward. Ward, a long three. Good night. That's good. But that was almost at the volleyball stripe. She let that one go from.
5 feet from the midcourt line.
Three-pointer by Ward. McKinney drives from the elbow, shot up off the glass, no good. Walker with the rebound to McConnell. She'll try a three off the front of the rim, no good. Walker with another rebound. She's going to give it up for Hollowell a try, and Hollowell cashes in. Little Caesars Pizza three-pointer, left wing, Maja Hollowell. Tamia Walker was just rebounding everybody else's shot, kicking it back out.
She's been in for about 30 seconds, has 3 rebounds.
Dawson back the other way. Shot up, no good. Hollowell with the rebound. The miss was by Drennan. Caldwell looking to run. Nice bounce pass in the lane to McDaniels. She goes up off the glass for a Farmers Bank shot, up and in. And Caldwell County running away with this one late. Under 2 to go now in the ball game. In a very fast-paced ball game. Not a lot of turnovers in this one.
Or jump balls.
Or jump balls, yeah. Some nights those things are a dime a dozen. Three-point shot good by Randolph. Coach Mitchell's going to call a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back. This is Lady Tiger basketball on WPKY.
People love to enjoy themselves. It's all fun and games. Oh, excuse me. Yes, shaken, not stirred. As I said, it's all fun and games till the ceiling is ruined by a nasty water leak or drafty window. It raises the power bill through the roof. So get the roof before it gets you. The name? Bond. Change Bond.
James Bond Roofing, Windows, Siding, and more. 270-963-0840.
And welcome back to the Cab. We have 1 minute, 40 seconds remaining to be played in the game. Caldwell County looking at the scoreboard here, brought to you by Goodman Funeral Home. They're new to Princeton, but have years of experience. Beautiful yet very, very affordable funeral and memorial services.
And Bob, a baseball pass the length of the court from McKinney to Walker almost worked. Walker misses the shot, knocked out of bounds on the chase for the rebound. Dawson comes up with it, but nice design play worked by the youngsters. Another long three by Dawson, this time air ball into the cheerleaders out of bounds. 30-point margin for Caldwell County. I like those, Bob. I add really well when it's even like that. Or subtract, however you want to look at it. Whistle, and Caldwell County gets a 5-second call. McKinney couldn't find anybody to get that one into.
She was looking for the 70-yard touchdown
pass.
I think
she wanted to go deep again.
It just wasn't there.
Like the Raiders in their heyday. She wanted to go for the bomb. Dawson gets it in. Randolph pinned in the corner and travels. Good defensive pressure by Presley McKinney. Calls Randolph to travel while she was trapped in that corner. Caldwell gets it into Walker. Walker back to Presley McKinney. 1:15 to go. Lob underneath, stolen away by Dawson. She was looking for Emily Campbell, a little bit high, and the Lady Panthers come up with it. Randolph, another long three, no good. Hooper with the rebound up and in. Awkward angle, but she made it go.
She knew where the backboard was.
And Dawson coming down, just letting them fly before any defense comes all the way out. I guess you're going to have to guard them at midcourt to guard against the three from here on.
Especially Ward and Randolph.
They let it fly. Walker drives the lane, one-hand runner up, no good. It's Smiley fighting for the rebound. They're going to call a tie-up. Possession arrow, Lady Tigers. And checking into the ball game for Caldwell County, number 4, Alicia Stanley comes in. McDaniels comes out of the ball game. Here goes McKinney. She'll try a three. Good. Little Caesars Pizza three-pointer. Presley McKinney from the right wing.
One last night and 2 tonight.
72-41, Lady Tigers. All of this after trailing by 2 after a quarter. Dawson with the long three shot, no good. Hooper's rebound up, no good. Harper had it. Wanted to put the shot up on the rebound. She's going to be fouled on the play.
And they're going to give it to Alicia Stanley.
So Stanley said, I don't have much time. I've got to get in the book some way, so she'll pick up a foul real quick. Knocked away by Walker. Good defensive play guarding against the inbound pass. 17.7 seconds left. Hooper looks for somebody to get open. Goes underneath. Stanley makes up for it with the steal. She dribbles it the length of the court. She's going to take it herself. Up off the glass. No good. Rebound comes down to Caldwell County. Up. No good. That was Smiley with the rebound. Dawson gets it on Smiley's miss. Back up to Ward. Ward dribbles in just inside the free throw line. No good. McKinney with the rebound. And the horn sounds. And after 4 quarters of play, the final here at Caldwell County, it was the Lady Tigers 72 and the Lady Panthers 41. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll get underway with the Trilogy post-game report. So stay tuned. This is Lady Tiger basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
10,641,945,600 inches, 886,828,800 feet, 295,609,600 yards, 167,960 miles.
That's how far the staff at Pennyroyal Hospice traveled last year to serve clients in their 5-county area. If Pennyroyal Hospice traveled 6 3/4 times around the world to serve last year, imagine what they can do for you and your loved one today. Pennyroyal Hospice, living to the fullest.
Get into shape and feel good at Trilogy Performance Sports. Trilogy is a family-friendly environment that offers a wide range of classes to reach your fitness and well-being goals. Whether you're into yoga, gymnastics, sports training, team training, cardio, kickboxing, or weightlifting, Trilogy has something for the whole family. Family discounts available, and your first 2 weeks are free. Located in Princeton behind Cash Express. Be better than you used to be at Trilogy Performance Sports.
This is Kathy Wynn, and I would like to invite you to come experience Farmers Bank. I have worked here for more than 25 years, and I love taking care of our customers. I have no doubt you'll enjoy banking with us, so come by and see